interest rates are finally back to the low sixes again, and wouldn't you know it, buyers are hopping back in the market, inventory's starting to go down in Orange County. So if you've been thinking of buying a home over the next couple months, you're definitely not going to want to miss today's episode, because today we're going to be going over what's happening in the Orange County housing market right now and what to expect over the next couple months as we head into 2026. So let's go ahead and get into it. So the weather's finally starting to cool down, Halloween is over, the holiday season is officially here in Orange County. So what does that mean for the housing market? Well, let's go over 3 of the top things that you need to know for the Orange County housing market, as well as what to expect the remainder of this year going into 2026 based on what the current trends are showing. So the first thing that you definitely need to know is that inventory is continuing to go down. Over the last 2 months, we've lost about 400 homes per month on the Orange County housing market, and we're sitting right around 4,000 right now. Now that's still higher than we started the year. However, we're definitely starting to see inventory go down as we get further and further into fall, which is completely normal for this time of year. Now, what's not normal is the second thing that you need to know, and that is buyer demand is actually picking up a little bit, and that primarily has to do with interest rates continuing to fall month after month for 5 months in a row now. So interest rates have been hovering between 6.1 and 6.4% most of October, and that's drawing a lot of new buyers into the market because affordability is continuing to go up. Now, we can also see this pickup in demand when we look at the actual data from the October housing market in Orange County. So in October, we closed more homes in just that 1 month than we did any other month for the entire year so far. So there was a lot of activity happening in the month of October. On top of that, when you look at how fast homes were going into escrow, in the month of September, only 15% of homes went into escrow in less than 14 days. That jumped up to 35% in the month of October. So we're seeing the market go a little bit faster. We're seeing more homes close, and that has to do, again, primarily with interest rates continuing to go down and affordability going up. And the third thing that I want to point out, and yes, this is for you sellers, is that we are in no way in a hot seller's market again in Orange County. We are still in a very balanced, maybe even slightly tilted towards a buyer's market in Orange County. Even though we're starting to see sales pick up a little bit, still only 35% of homes sold at or above asking price in the last 500 sales for the month of October. And that's definitely down from 50% when you looked at the summertime. So we're still seeing that if you don't price your home correctly, if it's not move-in ready and it's not in a good location, those homes are still taking a long time to sell. However, if you do have all those things where you have a great location, your house is priced correctly, and it's move-in ready, those homes typically are still moving the fastest, and a lot of them are going into escrow significantly faster than those ones that aren't. So what does this all mean for the housing market as we finish up the year going into 2026? Well, like I said at the beginning, we are now in the holiday season. So typically for the Southern California housing market, the holiday season starts mid-November and goes all the way through mid-January. Those 8 weeks are usually the slowest 8 weeks that we see in the housing market all year. So sellers that weren't successful selling their home in the summer going into fall are now pulling their house off the market at a much faster rate, and you're just not seeing as many sellers put their home on the market. And on the buying side, a lot of buyers are calling it quits for the year. They'll get back at next year, and they're focusing on family, on friends, on going to gatherings, and home buying is not at the top of their mind anymore. So over these next 8 weeks, I like to call it the season of motivated movers. So if a seller really needs to sell their house, they're going to keep it on the market or put their house on the market right now, and you know they're definitely motivated to get it sold as soon as possible. And on the buying side of things, it's the same thing. If you're out there looking for homes during the holiday season, typically those buyers are more motivated than the standard buyer, and they're out there to find the house, close on it, and are definitely ready to make a deal to get it done. So you won't find a larger chunk of both motivated buyers and sellers in the market than you do these next 8 weeks. Okay, so what is my advice for both buyers and sellers? So let's go ahead and start with buyers first, and I have 2 things for you. So number one, homes are definitely more affordable right now than they have been all year thanks to the lower interest rates. And if they continue to stay put or slowly go down, it's just going to make things more affordable. And like I said, right now, there's a lot of sellers out there that are very motivated to get their home sold as soon as possible before the end of the year. Sometimes it's tax reasons, sometimes they just need to get it sold, but oftentimes they are willing to make deals to get it done. So if you're out there looking for homes right now, make sure that you're pre-approved and ready to go, because if you come across a great deal, you're going to want to be able to move on it quickly. Now, the second thing that buyers really need to think about and understand is the inventory is on the decline right now, as well as interest rates have been slowly going down for the last couple months. If this continues through the rest of the year, We're going to start 2026 with low inventory and much lower interest rates than we saw at the beginning of this year, which is going to spark the housing market to start getting a little bit more active, a little faster, I believe, over the first couple months of 2026, where you could start seeing the market get a lot more competitive and prices start going up again because buyers are trying to take advantage of those lower interest rates, and there's just not a lot of inventory to choose from over the first couple months as we head into the new year. So if you think that you're trying to purchase a home over the next 6 months, I highly recommend you get that pre-approval right now. Start looking and seeing if you can find that good deal before the year ends, so that way you're not having to deal with all the competition that comes into the market as we head into February and March of next year. Now, on the other side of things, for the seller, I also have two things that you need to know as well. So number one, like I said, inventory is going down as well as interest rates, which is making it a more favorable market for you right now going into the holiday season. So if you are thinking of needing to get your house on the market over the next 8 weeks, it's going to be a more favorable market right now than it has been over the last couple years because of those low rates as well as low inventory. Now, the second thing you need to know, and this is more if you're thinking of placing your house on the market early next year instead of this year, is that right now is a great time to start prepping your house for sale, because like I said before, the homes that are getting the highest price as well as selling the quickest are those ones that are move-in ready with the least amount of problems in the good neighborhoods as well as marketed correctly. So right now is a great time to start going through that checklist that you've put off over the last couple years, getting your home tuned up, and it might be even beneficial to have a pre-inspection done by a general inspector to go through the entire house, let you know what the condition is, and you can start to fine-tune some of those things in your house so you can get a better price once the spring selling season starts as we head towards the end of February, early March next year. Now, if you do get one of those general inspections done, typically they're going to range from $500 to $750, but that information you gain is going to give you the knowledge that you need to talk to your real estate agent, and you can both work together, come up with a game plan on what improvements you should be doing and what improvements are really not going to be that beneficial, so that way you're not just throwing money at your house fixing everything, because there's definitely things that are just not going to give you that return on investment when you fix them. So it's definitely a good idea once that general inspection is done to sit down with your professional real estate agent, go through the whole thing, figure out what you should be doing, what you shouldn't be doing, and then start checking those off the list over the next couple months, getting your house ready to go for the spring market. Now, if you are thinking of buying or selling a home or starting the process of getting ready for it, and you want to have a free 15-minute discovery call where I can answer all of your personal questions that you might have about your individual situation, feel free to look at the link below in the description if you're watching this on YouTube, or the link in my bio if you're watching this on Instagram. Schedule that free 15-minute discovery call at a time that works for you. I'd be happy to guide you in the right direction. So until next time, stay happy, stay healthy, and I'll see you on the next show. Bye, everybody.